Assalamu alaikum. I am Umar Iqbal. I am here to teach you geography. It's our first lecture and we will study climate change in our first lecture. Next, what are the topics of today? Difference between climate and weather, and what is climate, what is weather, how climate changes occurs, what is greenhouse gases and what is the greenhouse effect. Okay, and the first thing we will study, that is climate and weather. Climate is the thing which is a long term, आप कह सकते हैं कि एक प्रॉपर्टी है एटमॉस्फेयर की. हम when we study the weather, it is the short term state of the atmosphere. In weather we will talk about humidity, precipitation, atmospheric pressure and wind. But when we are talking about climate, then it is the long term pattern of weather, and it will decides on years, 20 years to 30 years time period to decide what the climate a region have. Nowadays climate is changing very rapidly, but the climate is the annual report of the weather. Next, here are some differences between weather and climate. Short term condition, weather is the short term condition, okay, and it measured over a short period of time. It is affected by temperature, air pressure and moisture. With the change in weather, there is the change in temperature and change in air pressure, atmospheric pressure and change in the humidity of the air. Next is that in climate, the weather pattern of a particular price over a long period, measured over a long period, means the main difference between weather and climate is the time period. In climate there is a long period and in weather there is the short period. Now we will discuss climate change. Climate change basically occurs due to greenhouse gases and greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect? Greenhouse effect is the warming of our globe due to these gases. These gases absorb some radiations which are emitted by the earth. When the light comes from the sun, it absorbed in the earth and then earth re-emits the radiations. These radiations are absorbed by some gases like methane, carbon dioxide and water vapors. These gases increase the temperature of the earth. This is called greenhouse effect, and that change in temperature also cause the change in the climate and weather. Next thing that increasing our temperature is the volcanic eruption. During volcanic eruptions, some gases are also released, that are the same gases, that is oxides of carbon like carbon dioxide, oxides of sulfur, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide. These gases accumulates in our atmosphere and they absorb radiation. Again they are contributing to the increase in temperature of the earth. Next, what are the oxides? Oxides simply binary compounds of oxygen with other elements like carbon, nitrogen and oxygen, and we will study that oxides of nitrogen, when anything burn or in any combustion engine, the atmospheric nitrogen, which is 79%, it reacts with oxygen to produce nitrous oxide. These oxides will accumulate in our atmosphere. Next, natural balance of CO2. CO2 is present in our air almost 0.04%. It's a very minute quantity, but it is very important for the maintenance of temperature of this globe. Means जो हमारा temperature है हमारी अर्थ का, वो mainly जो गैस मेंटेन कर रही है वो गैस हमारी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है. लेकिन अगर इसमें थोड़ी सी भी चेंज आती है, if there is a minute change in the concentration of carbon dioxide, there will be a huge change in the temperature. And carbon dioxide is produced by many sources. All the living organisms respire and release carbon dioxide when combustion engine runs, when combustion occurs, when volcanic eruption occurs, there will be the carbon dioxide production, and that carbon dioxide will accumulate in the atmosphere, and that increase in carbon dioxide disturb the natural balance of the temperature. इसलिए हमारे जो ग्लोब है उसका टेम्परेचर जो है वो बढ़ रहा है. इसमें सम सोर्सेज आर डिस्कस्ड, यू कैन चेक इन द वीडियो. नेक्स्ट इज द globally what are the steps taken to control the carbon emission. The whole thing which is changing or which is disturbing our ecosystem, natural ecosystem, is the level of carbon in air. So the first international conference on carbon emission was established and was occurred in Copenhagen, and in this international conference there are many decisions were taken that the electric cars, solar panels will be mostly used, and people will use cheap energy sources and environment friendly energy sources. Those energy sources are discouraged which produce carbon in our air. In this way we can control the temperature of our globe. तो ये तरीक़ाकार डिसाइड किया गया है कि हमने किस तरह से हमारे अपने ग्लोब का टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल करना है. उसमें जो मेन चीज़ आती है, उसमें मेन चीज़ है कि आपने कार्बन की इमिशन को कम से कम करना है. तो उसके लिए हम चीप एनर्जी सोर्सेज यूज़ कर रहे हैं, एनवायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली एनर्जी सोर्सेज यूज़ कर रहे हैं, जिसमें सोलर एनर्जी है, इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी है. दीज सोर्सेज विल बी यूज्ड एंड दे विल बी इनकरेज्ड to be used in the industry and any other vehicles. In everything the use of these sources will be happen. This is the decisions taken by the picture of that conference in which every country contributes.